G'day everybody and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time, smash that subscribe button. We need all the subscribers we can get because we're only up to sort of, 6,000, 7,000, something like that. Anyway, compressors are not the sexiest thing to talk about. They are very simple devices. They raise up the picture of your, raise up the volume of your low stuff and keep a cap on your high volume stuff so everything's sort of squished into this little band of volume right in the middle. That's essentially how they work. Now, I have been rocking one of these MXR Dynacomps for a very long time. It is a classic. These genuine, these old bloody 2-knob Dynacomps from MXR, amazing. But now they've updated it with this 4-knob version, and it also has a little trick up its sleeve with its attack button in the middle. So what I'm going to do is sit everything at 12 o'clock. I'm going into the Boss Katana today behind me, as you can hear. Pretty clean, bit of reverb. Now, as soon as you turn the Dynacomp Deluxe on, by the way, I should be saying thank you, MXR, for sending us this. We really appreciate the support for the channel. They've supported Jim Dunlop, who own MXR, have supported the channel for a very long time, and we really appreciate it. So, automatically, it's hard to describe to you over YouTube, but it's more squishy under your finger. So I'm going to set this up in two different ways for you. The first way, I'm going to take our dry signal completely out. So yes, you have the ability to mix the dry signal and your compressed signal, which is pretty awesome. Secondly, I'm going to leave the sensitivity just up a little bit past 12 o'clock and the tone just up past 12 o'clock a little bit. And I'm going to leave the I'm going to leave the output at 12 o'clock as well. So what this effectively does, now I'm going to leave the attack button out. So if you push the attack button in, it gives you a quicker, snappier, more punchier, modern sounding attack on the compressed notes. But I'm going to leave that off so it's just a little tiny bit saggy and sloppy. And this is what you'd use for your chicken pickle. This is what I would use for my chicken pickle. So it doesn't matter how hard I hit the strings or how quiet I hit the strings, it sort of keeps everything at pretty close to the same volume. Now the beauty of this, and a side effect of squishing your signal, making your lows higher and your highs lower, is that effectively it adds more sustain to your signal. So you can hold a chord. And normally when the signal would be dying off and fading away, the compressor holds your signal there for you. So you can hear it fall away naturally with the volume of the strings. With the compressor on, this gives you a more consistent volume for longer. So if you're holding long notes during a solo or something like that, it really holds it in there for you. So there you go, there's compression for chicken picking. That's how I set it up. Now, the other thing you can do with this is if you're playing really funky stuff, you can add your dry signal in a little bit, and then I would turn the tone up a lot more. Just drop the volume back just a tiny bit. Turn the sensitivity up a fair bit as well. And that's going to give you a really percussive sound. So if you're doing rhythmic stuff for funk and that sort of stuff, it'll give you a really consistent, almost percussive sound. So I'll just give you a quick listen to that. So that's the second way you can use this compressor. So you've got some really nice sort of consistent percussive funk tones. You've got some cool chicken picking tones with the chop, with the nice compression at the start of each note. Now, there is another way that you can use your compression, especially if you've got a 4-knob compressor like this Dynacomp Deluxe, because what it lets you do is actually use it as a boost as well. So I'm just going to turn everything sort of back to 12 o'clock. See if I can get some unity volume here. I sure can. I'm going to flick the amp over to a dirty amp. So now I've got the Katana on a nice dirty channel. Now, the beauty of this is what you can do is you can actually turn your output up. You can turn your output up, you can turn your clean signal up, and you can also add a bit more of a top boost as well. And then what this is going to do is drive the dirty amp much harder than it already is. So you can also run it as a boost, a top boost. You've got separate mixes for your compressed signal and your clean signal, which besides being a great sounding compressor, it also makes this Dynacomp Deluxe a very, very flexible booster for you as well for the front of your amp. So, there you go. Compressors, not the sexiest pedals ever created by any stretch of the imagination, but there's how you can use it for some chicken picking, and there's how you can use it for some funky stuff to keep everything nice. You know you can use it for added sustain for your solos and that sort of stuff, but to be able to use it as a boost as well, I think really sort of sets this one apart, plus the ability to mix in your dry signal and the ability to change the structure of the of your attack, which is pretty cool. So anyway, thanks MXR for sending us this. They're part of the Jim Dunlop family. Get down to your local music shop and ask for it by name. The MXR Dynacomp Deluxe. I hope you got something out of this. If you've got this far, please hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. Anything like that really helps the channel out in the mystical algorithm that is YouTube. So thanks very much for your time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.